Hi guys, Tiffany
Hi,
here.
guys.
Welcome to my quilting life. Yes, welcome to my quilting life. Can you say that loud?
Yeah.
Say welcome to my quilting life. Yay! And I have my little guest here today, always, Triana.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're here to help Tippy?
Yeah.
So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to head down there, hit that subscribe button, like my videos, share them, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I need to get this started, and she's copycatting me today, so. Yep, she's copycatting. I need to get this so that I can read the screen over there, guys. If it'll go. Oh, there we go. So today, like the description says, I am doing an improv bag. I am just making myself a bag with no direction, just by sort of the memory of making the bag I made for the Halloween bag that I made for this little one right here. Oh my God, come on. So I'm just gonna kind of sew some stuff together in just a second. So let's see. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Justin. Hi, June. All right. So let's move this right here. Do not trip over it, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to move this right here, and I'm going to show you guys. I pulled out, I guess these are fat 8s. I don't know. It's Henry glass fabric. I'm not sure how big these are. Oh, yeah. They're little, it's half of a quarter, so it's an 8. So these are little 8s, and I figured that I can chop them up and make a bag. I'll lay them so that you guys can see the colors. Move that out of my way. So here are the colors. So they're in the browns and oh, this is Triana's quilting life? Oh, okay then. These are what was it saying? Browns and rust and cream colors. She's copying everything I say, let me tell you.
Sophie making cream colors.
Cream colors, yep.
Cream colors. Making colors, Tiffany.
Yeah, we're gonna make a bag.
Yeah.
For me, since I made you a bag, we're gonna make me a bag.
No, me make bag. Me, you, Tiffany, Triana, Tiffany.
Oh, okay, so me and you are making the bag. Okay. All right, so here is my color palette. It's a Henry glass, like I said, line. Kim, don't even ask me how to say this last name. D-I-E-H-L, Deal. I don't know. Whatever. And I am pairing it up because I need a lining with this rust orangey color for my lining and my straps, as well as the same that I did last time to quilt it, because I'm going to use poly batting because I have a whole ton of scraps of that. I'm going to use this 80-20 or 80-20. This is 60-40 poly fabric that I have a load of that I don't know what else to do with. So I'm going to make projects. So this will be my bottom part for the quilted area, like I did last time, as well as batting and stuff, which is all kind of sitting out of my way. But for now, I'm going to start by figuring out how I want this order to be, because one side will be the front part of my bag and the other the back. And I'm kind of thinking I should press all this because it was really folded tightly. And once it's pressed, then I can cut it up and make some patchwork because I want it to look really cute.
Making Tiffany's bag.
And we're going to make a bag. So
To make a bag.
let me move something out of the way so that I can iron. I have a big, huge project in the way, which some of you might know what it is. I'm going to turn this to the ironing board. I have a cough drop in my mouth too, to hopefully prevent a lot of coughing, but I don't know how good it's going to do the job. All right, so we're going to move that out of the way and bring these over here and press them. So I'm pretty sure this is called a fat 8. But unfortunately, it's not much to do anything with but make little purses and bags and so on and so
Miss
forth.
Triana.
So how's everybody doing today? Anybody getting some sewing done on this wonderful Sunday? Okay, I'm gonna press from the back because these lips on this thing is folded.
Tuffy!
What?
What happened this off?
Yeah, don't need that. Put it away. Thank you. And I have, oh, never mind, it's right here. Put some water in this iron. Ooh, you're doing some embroidery, Teresa? Fun, fun. All right, I'll read some more of the comments in 2 seconds. Let me fill this water while I press. See how fast I can do this? I think I'm going to do a different technique that I saw online for making the bag sit flat that my last bag didn't do. It was rounded, but I don't think I'm going to round this one. All right. Now some steam. There we go.
Hi, Miss Triana.
All right, Tree, over here. Don't you want to be on the screen? You got to go stand over here. Yeah, you got to stand back here. Go stand right there so everyone can see you. Stand right there. Everybody can see. So normally the girls are gone by now, but sometimes it falls over and I says, well, I'm going on as soon as it's 5 or at least close to.
Mommy, after Mommy come back soon.
Yeah, Mommy will get here when she gets off of work.
Yes. Mommy, see this flag.
Yeah. Hi, Faith.
Hi, Faith.
I have an Echo. It's called a 4-year-old. For anybody just joining. While I press all this to make myself a quilted tote bag. And I think I'm going to put a pocket in it too. Because I'm venturing out and this is an improv project anyway, so I will figure it out. All on my own. Somehow, some way. This was folded so weird that it has lips in the fabric, and I'm not trying to lose too many inches of it.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna probably turn these into strips, 2.5 or 3-inch strips. We'll see in a second. And if you hear a baby screaming in the background, it's because she has been on a screaming mode lately, where she just randomly screams. It's kind of an ear killer, especially since my sinus infection has spread to my ears. So it's been pretty loud from her. Are you going to box? Yes, I'm going to box the corners to where I want it to where the bag sits up. And I know you cut like a little bit off of each side, the same amount, and like a diagonal. You make like a little corner and cut it. I've seen videos, so I know I can probably do this. All right, now let's cut out. I don't know how big this is going to turn out either, so I'm just going to cut off enough for some straps and lining. So I should be enough right here. Let's see.
Can't drink water, this. Can't drink water.
And enough for a pocket too. So how about 1 yard?
Can't drink this water.
Yeah, drink the water. We'll use a yard. Oh, there they are right there. So I'm cutting off 1 yard fabric. And I'm going to be able to make, hopefully be able to make the lining and as well as handles, as well as the pocket piece. with just 1 yard. Like I said, it's an improv project, so there's no real instruction. I looked at my bag patterns and they look confusing, so instead of reading while being online, doing a live, that I'll just go by what I remember doing and seeing in videos in the past.
You.
I'm going to press this nicely. Spray it with some water to get rid of a lot of these super duper big huge wrinkles.
Tiffy. Make this.
And I don't need to press the other lining because this I'm just using to quilt with. That should be okay.
Can I say
I am there for you, June. Watching and sewing tomorrow. Ooh, fun. What you gonna sew tomorrow? I'll be sewing all the rest of tonight, most likely. Not just this project, but I have other stuff that I have to get done. All right, so this is now ready. I'm gonna turn the camera and we're gonna start figuring out how to cut this stuff. So there's little Miss Sew.
Hi, Boy Scouts! Today, welcome to Tiffy's Quote today. Today.
She really makes me laugh, guys. Okay.
This is my water.
Wow, these are like just shy of 9 inches by like almost a 1/4 inch. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I can cut 2. We're gonna do 3 inch, 3, 6, 9. No, we'll do 2 3/4. That's what we'll cut. 2 3/4 inch strips off of all of these, and anything that's left I can actually use in the handles. And I'm just gonna strip piece, and I'm gonna cut these 4 at a time. There's 4 right there. I'm gonna straighten these 4 up. Hi, Terry. Yes, she is. She's super cute. And here's another one too.
Hi, Boy
She keeps
Scouts.
telling about my boys
Today.
and girls today. It's Tiffy's Quilting. This is what she said. Sasha, say hi. Look.
Hi.
Sasha,
I
say hi.
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 I
Look at- see, you're on a screen.
Quote.
Hi. Hi. Say hi. Oh, you telling everyone to be quiet? Say hi. Hi. Okay, now you can go. You telling everyone shush?
Shoes.
Her new thing is the shush. She goes, okay. Girls, hey. Shh. Shh. Close the door, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Like I warn everybody that watches, make sure you have your ears ready for some screaming when there are kids here. Okay. Okay, these are as nice and flat and flush as I'm going to get them. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to fold this onto itself because it really don't matter. That way I'm only cutting 2
Two.
3/4.
Oh, it
There's
stop
1,
sewing.
2. I don't know how I'm going to get. We're going to cut this as nice as possible. I'll put that fold on the
Bye,
line.
guys. Bye-bye.
Not so loud. You finished your diamond dance and have sold it. So pleased, Nally. You're making cushion covers with the leftovers that you had to cut 2.5 inch tippy squares. So you got some pre-cuts made. Okay, so I'm just straightening up this one side.
Hi,
Seriously?
guys.
All right. Now I'm going to cut 2 3/4 inch strips. So I should get 3. Oh, stay. Stay. Stay.
Stay.
Come on. there's 1 2 3/4 inch 4 set. And this would be
Tia, come watch
2.
Tiffany's quilt. Tia, out my way.
And yes, I'm cutting 8 layers.
Hi, Briscoes.
And 1 more. I bet I could have cut 3. Oh, no, I couldn't have. Okay. Wrap that out. Hold this. Hi, Lacey.
Hi,
You
Briscoes.
okay? Offer long arm services? Yeah, I offer long arm services. It's the if you want to ship it to me, depending on what city and state and country you're in. But yes, I do. I long arm.
What?
And you guys all have seen what I do. So mainly just custom work. I do edge to edge, but it's not computerized. It's just whatever I know how to do. You know, all the things that I've taught myself.
A paper. Johnny, draw a paper.
No, you don't need to draw on paper.
Oh, please,
No.
Tiffany. Ah, please, Tiffany.
You gonna be quiet?
Yeah,
Okay.
really rested.
Okay, there you go. Over here. You stay over there and draw then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Yes, we are real. What's real? I did not realize this was live. Oh, yeah, it's live. Everybody's here. All right, again, I'm cutting 2 3/4. I know it's a weird slice, but they'll be weird size. But hey, it's for a purse, so it doesn't really matter. Or handbag, or whatever you want to call it. Purse, handbag, same thing. It'll probably come out big enough to hold a laptop because that's what it seems like it's going to do. But I have this fabric. I don't know what to do with it, so I figured why not? Let's make another bag. And these colors are very pretty, so why not? And I know it seems like a lot to waste this, but it's just not keepable for me. Okay. So 3 2 1/4 inch strips is what I have cut, just in case somebody wants to watch what I'm doing and make it yourself. And I have, I think there's 8 different colors here. So I'm going to unfold the halves now and just put them in an order and start sewing. Mix them up even. Because I need to make a front and a back to this bag. Get in touch with you. Yeah, just email me or Facebook message me. Just go to the description below. All of my information for any way to contact me is all down there. You can contact me through my, I have a Facebook business page for quilting. All right, so let's see. Let's put this like this. We'll do that same thing for the back. Because I'm making a front and a back. All right, let's throw this one down like that. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to mix these 2 like this. So that's better.
5, 6,
No.
7,
Yes. So every other.
8,
That one.
9.
That looks okay. How's that order, guys? Does that look okay? That. And that.
8.
And that. I'm going to do my best to even try to line this up nicely. All right. So I have 2 sets left. That would be one whole thing like this. And now I'm going to sew these together into strip sets and get to it. So I'm just going to line them from the top over. And we'll just keep adding like that. So I'm using 8 strips for each side of the bag. And then I can use the other strips to make the pocket for the inside as well as whatever.
Tiffany, Adriano, quote, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Use mine.
All right, so let's sew these together and then I'll move that out of the way for now. And grandchild. One, two, what kind? Okay. Well, while you guys chat amongst yourselves, since I didn't realize I was going to be doing this, let's grab a guide. I have some cream thread, or not cream, like a rustic color thread in. And if I sound funny, it's because I'm chewing my cough drop. It's like a habitual habit to end up chewing it after a while. I'm going to put them right sides together and sew them just like you would any other strips. A 1/4 inch seam all the way down. And then I'm going to finger press this open. And I'm going to add the next one. And just keep sewing them off. So I'm sewing together 8 strips for the front and 8 for the back. That are 2 1/4. I mean 2 3/4. Why did I say that? Because I'm sewing a 1/4 inch seam. That's why I said it. And it doesn't matter which way that these seams get pressed as long as they are flat through the whole process. Oh my God, I cannot think today. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Okay, you guys are talking, so it's okay. And I have my iron on so that I can press these, and then I will cut out or off the sides as needed. And yes, there's half pieces. If I was using full length strips, then I wouldn't be sewing one. I would sew one down one way and one up the other, but these are half length strips, so it shouldn't really bother. Shouldn't doesn't mean it actually won't. Again, I'm just sewing 8 strips. And I'm trying to keep both sides in the same exact order. And I'm not even putting a zipper. It's just going to be an open bag because I really suck at the zipper thing, as well as I could just going to have the handles so it'll close. It's just a reach-in type bag, I guess, with a pocket in it because I'm going to put a pocket in it. I want a pocket in it.
Do you like put your pocket in for money?
Yep, pocket in for money.
Pocket for money for Tiffany.
Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
So strap phones down the toilet. Oh my goodness. All right. more for this one. Saying hi, boys and girls.
Today, welcome to Tiffany's Quilt today.
Welcome to Tiffany's Quilt today.
Yeah.
To Sew Sunday.
Yeah.
Say Sew Sunday.
So Sunday.
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 Thank you. All right, so there's one piece. Now let's do this next one.
Do the next one.
Yeah, the next one.
No.
I think that looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. And I will quilt it even.
Yeah.
I will probably just straight line quilt,
Hi,
but
guys.
same thing. Yeah, we're making a purse, or what they call a bag.
A bag.
Yes.
Trick or treat for Tiffy.
It's not for Tiffy to trick or treat. This is just for Tiffy to have.
How?
She's very vocal today, guys.
You having trick or treat or bag?
Yeah, you have your trick or treat bag. Everybody watched me make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it for you on here. Yeah, just like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, Triana.
Yeah. Why don't you draw a pretty picture so you can show everybody? You gonna draw a pretty picture?
Yes.
Yes?
Toddy pickle.
Okay.
Triana poop a toilet.
Oh, okay. I don't think they want to know that.
Got
No, we don't poop in diapers. Only babies poop in diapers. How about we talk about something other than pooping in diapers?
No, I need Mama's help.
Great entertainment today, guys. Let me
I
tell you.
got today.
I keep looking down. I should just put this right here next to me so that I can look up and not miss a thing. I never up this late. Get up at 4 a.m. I'll watch replay. Bye, Brenda.
Bye, bye.
Thank you for joining.
Almost done a picture.
That's what little kids like to talk about. Yes, definitely.
Puppy, try and stop a club. It's my ears. Nosy.
And I'm just finger pressing for now, everyone.
Chappy.
Yeah. I'm not back stitching because all this is going to get cut anyway. What? Oh, it's not over there. I don't know where it is. So just draw with what you got. She knew that she needed a pencil sharpener just now. That's what she was twisting the thing for. It's not up there. I think it's in Tiffy's box of color pencils. Nope, that's not color pencils over there. No touch. Put it back. How is everybody doing today? Is everybody good today?
Yeah.
everybody have a smile on their face?
Here's eyeballs. Here's my eyeballs.
Did you just draw some eyeballs?
Can't try eyeballs.
Okay.
One, two, three. Goggles.
All right, let me sew this on, and then I'm going to press it. And we're going to... This might just be a good size. I'm going to have to trim off the sides a little and make a little bit of a shape. Kind of just cut it however. All right.
Next.
But I do need to make sure that I cut the size of the lining the same as the bag. So what I'm going to do is, instead of quilting first, I'm going to trim it first, then quilt it. That way I can, watch out.
Okay, Tiffany.
You're blocking me. All right. Let's take this over and press. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, I'm going to trim and make the lining when I trim the shape of the bag. So first I'm going to press it. Even though I finger pressed it, it helps it lay really flat. And all of my seams are already nice and flat. So I just need to press it. So I got a little bit of bowing, but that'll go away.
Bye.
Make sure all those seams are nice and flat because it's going to get quilted. And one more.
Hi guys. Hi Patricia.
Okay. So there's one side of it.
Hi your sister.
All right, let's press this one. Again, these are 2 3/4 inch strips sewn together. For anybody that's just joining. Let's see. Okay. Hackers won the game today. Hi, Linda. I didn't even see your name there till just now. So you're good. Are you saying hi to Teresa?
Hi Teresa. I'm welcome to this school today.
Trying to say hi, Teresa. She knows you're there. She said hi. Heat on, pretty good. Trying to stay warm. Faith is trying to stay warm. Okay. I'm going to lay.
Straight.
I'm going to turn the camera. Move this out of the way. I am going to lay these on top of each other. I need them to be the same shape.
Ooh. Ooh. Drawing faster.
So, we need a ruler.
Yeah.
Yes, we need a ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Need help to this ruler.
Let's see how tall this is. It is 18 inches, pretty much.
Need me help. You,
And without the selvage, we're going to pretend the selvage is not there. So I have about 21 inches. So I'm going to cut up the selvage off first. That's what I'm going to do. Remember, it's an improv bag, so it doesn't really matter. Just doing whatever. So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to trim all these selvages off all at the same exact time. Okay, so I don't need that. Make sure it got both. It did. I want it to be we'll go with, let's see, hold on. I'm thinking because I could probably make a short fat bag or a tall skinny bag. Or I could just make a really big bag. I'm thinking 16 because it was 18. Let's do 15 inch. So let's keep that on that line. Come on. Let's measure again. It was this line, 8. I'm going to make a 15-inch wide by 18-inch tall bag because the bottom is going to get lost anyway with the sewing it together quilting part. Okay. So this I can just use. Actually, I can just use this as pieced handles. Look at that. Okay. Or it can be this way. Actually, I like it this way better. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'll do. This way. So it's 15 tall, 18 wide. Perfect size bag. Now we need some quiltable lining stuff, which is one lining to make the bag look puffy, pretty much. Let's cut off. Stop.
Only Tiffany's finger.
Yeah, don't touch. This is Tiffy's only.
So cut right off here.
Yep. Okay. So now we will quilt.
We quilt. Tiffany.
Cut this in half though. Okay.
Okay.
So this one goes with this one.
This one.
Oh, we need some batting. Let's see how much we have. Don't know. Let's see if that's enough. That is plenty for this one. So let's cut that off. Now, let's make enough for this one. And I'm just using polyester batting because I have a ton of scraps of it from other projects. Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Tiffany.
Don't touch. And now I'm going to pin the front and the back to this so that I can quilt them. Let's put it up here some. I'm going to throw some pins in it. Yeah, we'll put some pins in it. Because I don't want to use spray batting right now, or spray adhesive because, well, I just don't want to use spray adhesive. Not in here. So I'm going to flatten it out nicely. Put some pins in. And I think I'm just going to quilt on the sides of each line. Like, not stitch in the ditch, but stitch away from the ditch. Stitch next to the ditch. Hi, Aunt B. Hi, Linda.
Hi,
Let's
Linda.
see. Often vacation. Is lake. Where in the UP? Herbert West. About to out. Green Bay.
We're making tools.
No, I'm making a bag.
We're making a bag
Yes.
for you, Triana.
Yeah, for me.
No.
This is for me. A bag for me.
Me, Max, and Triana having
Again, for
bags.
those who want to follow, or anybody who wants to write it down.
No, yellow.
It's 15 by 18 inches with 2 3/4 inch strips. And I think I'm going to use the rest to make the handles. I'm also going to just stitch away from the ditch for the quilting. And I'm using an extra layer. So this back piece will just, it's just so that the batting doesn't get caught on the feed dogs, which has happened, and it's such a disaster. So I just do it like this. So it's going to get double inserted pretty much. So it'll become a really thick, thick bag.
Thick bag for Triana.
No, thick bag for Tiffy.
Thick bag for Tiffany.
Yeah, and since my birthday's coming up, it's my birthday present to myself.
With this coming up.
No, my birthday. You already had your birthday. Mine is coming up in November.
Happens coming.
Yeah, but you don't know dates. So if I told you it was November 4th, you would not even know the difference. She won't.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sing Tiffy happy birthday.
Yeah, we'll sing happy birthday when it's Tiffy's birthday.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just flattening out as I put this on. Put the pins in. I want it to at least be as nice as I can get it. I don't want it to be too messed up. It is just for me, but it doesn't matter. It should look nice. Okay. Hey, no, that's not what that's for. Almost done pinning. Now we know why I don't pin large quilts, because this would take forever. Okay. Now I can quilt and it should stay. Yeah, I don't know where they are. Close the door.
No, Tiffany.
Grew up in Southern California. Okay, you guys say hi. All right. Move my little magnet. Okay, then go outside, but close my door. I have 2 quilting books, Tiffany. I'll send them to you. I have 2 of the same. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm quilting a 1/4 inch away from the ditch using my just regular foot. It's not the walking foot. I'm just going to sew with this one. And I'm using the foot as the guide. So my stitching will be going up and down on my bag with my pieces. Screw it. Stay. We'll get the other side of it now. So I'm doing each side of every strip. I might even go in the middle of every strip. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to spend forever doing this. But I do want it to look nice. Okay, that looks nice. So I'm just going to keep the whole thing nice and flat the whole time and just keep going. And I have to move my phone out of the way so that I can see comments, because this could be in my way right here. If you hear loud banging, that's because the kids are going in and out the front door banging the screen closed. It's so loud. Okay. As soon as I finish quilting this, I'll bring it up to the camera so you guys can see. So I'm just stitching away from the ditch. 1/4 inch away, which is the foot, the width of the foot. Take this pin out. And I should have changed my stitch length, but I didn't because I wasn't thinking. So it's pretty tight. Just change it by one number, so it won't be so bad. This will be a very puckered quilt or quilted purse. It'd be very puckery, which to me is cute. So very lofty. Kind of flattening it as I quilted as well, because pinning it didn't make it all that flat. It's just whatever. So I'm going two one way, one the other way. So I'll do this one and then I'll rotate the whole thing around. Come over here and do this edge. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. Thank you for joining. New Hampshire's far. I'm in Arizona, so we're far, far away. Well, a whole United States away.
The girls went home.
What?
The girls went home.
Okay.
How's your purse going?
So far, so good.
Here, people in New Hampshire saying hi.
Yep.
Got a whole lot of people on tonight. Lynn's glad she made it live.
Who? What?
Lynn says she's glad I made it live.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it when you guys can make it. I know it's hard because everybody's in different states, and my 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., between 5 and 6 p.m. when I come on, is like middle of the night for all my East Coast friends.
Plus, you guys can ask your questions now that you're live.
Yep, when you catch live feeds, you can ask anything you need to ask.
Hi, Teresa.
This is so cute.
Hi, Vicky.
For those that are new, Scott is my husband. He comes in, says hi on Sew Sundays. Well, actually, on any day that I'm
Come
live.
in and say hi all the time and see if you need anything. You've been on for almost an hour. Do you need water? Do you need anything?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm going to check on you.
All right. Last one, and then I'm going to sew all the way around the whole entire thing,
Hi, June.
just to hold it nice and down. All right. And then I'll sew the other one. Although I think I'm going to hold it up and ask for you guys' opinion. I mean, it is my personal, but I'm pretty sure that you guys can give me an opinion about sewing down the insides of these as well.
It's Monday morning in Australia. Christine Hancock says, hi, Christine.
So for you, it's Sew Monday every time. So to Sew Sunday, it's Sew Monday.
Linda's mom lives right here in Havasu.
Yeah, she said that before.
Outpost.
Huh?
Where that's at? Outpost? Sounds familiar.
It's over
Hi,
south
Fee.
side. Pretty sure that's south side.
Linda Price says it's 9 in Michigan. We got good friends in Michigan. They said it's 9:06 in Indiana.
All right, so I'm going to hold this up so that you guys can see
Oh,
up close. So these are the colors. If I tilt it, you can see better. And I just stitched on both sides of the line, but I'm kind of thinking I should stitch down the middle, but then I don't want to at the same time. I don't know. What do you guys think? You can see when I hold it this way, there you go. I stitched on each side of the line. What do you think? Should I stitch another line down the center of each of these or leave it? Looks good. They look like Civil War colors. Yeah, that's what they look like. Definitely. Leave as is. One more. Good. Look good. Looks good. Looks good. All right. I think I'm just going to leave it. It's starting to get funky anyway, and I got to sew this one. All right. I'm going to start with this one, and I'll go a couple in and then turn my thing around. And again, I'm not sewing with a walking foot. I know that's the better choice to do it, but I'm not. I'm just sewing. Guess I'm outvoted. Well, I kind of like it the way it is, Teresa, and then I kind of don't. It's like one of those things, if I should do another stitch or not, you know? That's why I asked. I don't make many projects, you know? So when I do, it's like, should I or should I not? Because, you know, I'm going to be carrying this around in public. You don't carry a quilt around in public. You carry quilted bags. So, you know. You guys are the public, so your opinion all counts. So yeah, majority voted. It's okay though. Things like that are really personal preference. Yeah, as long as it's quilted, that's all it needs. You know what I mean? I could have free motion quilted it, but then we'd be here for a while because I'm not really in the mood to free motion quilt. That's why I chose stitch away from the ditch. Echo stitching or echo ditching. It's pretty much making sure that all these 1/4 inch seams stay and don't fall apart. And I'm using my hands to push it open at the same time. All right, now I'm going to turn it. Start going the opposite way. I mean, I could even echo stitch that stitch against the ditch line, you know. But that's a lot of extra work. And I'm 100% sure this will hold through washing and everything, so I'm not really worried about it falling apart. It's more of a decorative thing. Call it stitching mostly in the ditch. Exactly. And this isn't stitching in the ditch. I'm echoing the ditch. But when I do stitch in the ditch, I actually don't really make it completely in the ditch unless I'm long arm quilting. This way, I would just aim for the ditch, but it never ends up in it. On the long arm, I do my best to make it in the ditch. Especially when travel stitching from, you know, with ruler quilting from one spot to another. Must remove the rest of the pins because it's definitely starting to pucker away from me. This is why I don't pin. I don't understand the pinning thing. I tried it when I first started quilting and I got so many puckers and all sorts of issues. I started spray basting and I never had a problem. Make this one go this way. It's kind of weird how it works. Pinning works great for some people, but not for me. Just kind of shifting, but kind of not. Hi, Betty. It's been a while. Love the bag you are making. Yes, it's going to be super adorable. Hopefully, if I can remember how to get it correct and not mess up. Okay, so my lining, if this outside is 15 by 18, my lining needs to be 14 and a half because I'm going to lose seams. 14 and a half, actually a little bit less, so 14 and a quarter by 17 and a quarter, because it's going to lose seam allowance, and since this is so thick, I'm going to take that more thickness into account. With the other bag I made, the little whatever one, it was, remember I had to shrink that down too because of how I've done this. So I definitely need to shrink it down a bit. And since I'm making pockets also, so what I need to do is I'm going to use, okay, those are nice and quilted. I'm going to take this leftover that I cut, and I'm going to make 2 pockets. These are the same. So this will be for handles, and this will be for pockets. So I'm just going to cut along that seam. I'm just going to cut along the center seam, and this will be a pocket for each side in there. What I'm going to do is straighten it up. And it's going to be a pretty big pocket. So it's 5 3/4 up because I'm going to be folding onto the edge, and this is how far up without cutting off too much. So 5 3/4. 5 3/4. See, I'm making sure I say the numbers that I'm cutting. That way, if I need to make this again in the future, I can go back to my own video and I'll remember. You know? All right. So 5 3/4 by whatever half this was is 9 inches. And then I'm going to take this over to the ironing board, and I'm going to press about 1/4 inch under all the way around so that I can create a seal so that I can sew it. And then once it gets sewn to the thing, it'll have like a double stitch. So let me turn over this to the iron. Groceries, I'm so sick of those plastic bags. Well, this is the perfect bag because this is a big bag. And since it's an improv bag, I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing as I go. All right, so I'm going to take this and fold this under. I'm wondering if my little pocket should have some kind of lining too, though, but I think it'll be good. And then I'm going to fold it up about 1/4 inch this way on this side. I'm going all the way around the whole entire thing. Folding up 1/4 inch on this side. I know this kind of seems weird, and then I'm going to fold up about 1/4 inch on this side, which this one's kind of perfect because this one had the seam that I just cut as a guide. All right, so this is folded up, and I'm going to take that to the sewing machine and stitch that down, and I'm going to do the same with this one. So I'm folding it inward, 1/4 inch, and pressing it so that it stays, and not burning my fingers at the same time. I'm just doing kind of one side and fold and one side and fold, you know, all the way around. Again, what did I say these were? 5 3/4 by 8, and then I'm folding in the 1/4 inch on each side. So it's 5 1/4 inch pocket now. I don't know how to do any of the other fancy purse stuff yet. So once I finally get, you know, this over and over and over again where I've done it a few times, then I can start making other stuff, you know, with like separations and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me take this over now. Sorry about the wiggling. And now I'm going to stitch this down nicely all the way around. Kind of thinking that this needs itself a little lining. For some reason, it's just going to look funny being open to the stitches. So I think after I stitch this on, I'm going to grab a piece of my other stuff and then just put it on the back. So there's one piece of a pocket. And I'm sewing right off the edges. I've never done this before, so not this kind at least. I think it'll look okay. I'm worried the pocket will open up because it's stretched and using it. Yeah, I'm gonna figure this out right now by putting a piece on it. I'll do it right now with that extra fabric that I have. Hi, Sandy. Okay, so I'm going to cut, oh, there it is, a little piece of this. I need 2 pockets worth. And just cut right here and right here. 2 pockets worth. And it doesn't matter how I cut it because I have plenty of this stuff to use. Okay. So I'm going to put this on the inside. So that way there's an inner part. That way no seams come apart. So I'm going to fold that on there like so. Okay. Let's cut it straighter at least by using the ruler. I'm just going to stitch it on actually. Screw it. I've never done it before, and I'm going to do it and make it look sort of nice. So I'll have like 3 stitching lines, but that's okay. And I'm not cutting my piece. I'm just cutting like literally right next to it. So it's kind of sticking out a little. And it shouldn't shred because it's going to be the inside of a pocket. So, all right, that one's ready for another stitch. And this one will get itself a stitch all the way around. I should have thought about this before I was, sewing those folds over. That's okay. It'll still be really awesome because I'm making it for myself. So it doesn't really matter. All right. After this, I got to cut some lining and then put this to the lining. Okay. So I'm going to do a nice stitch all the way around, right on the edge. It actually looks really cool with this double stitch all the way around. One more stitch, one more stitch. Okay, there's one without adjusting it. Do number 2. That way the seams are hidden. Hubby's phone could be saved like that. So I'm going to Maybe not so cheap. We're going to stay too late. Okay. I'm kind of like sewing next to the edge, but not. Kind of looks like a twin needle stitch all the way around. Okay, so here's my pockets. And look, the stitching is, the seams are hidden. So there's my 2 pockets. Now let's cut some lining. Move all that out of my way. All right, so I need 14 1/4 inches. Let's line this up on a line. Grab my cutter. Make sure I'm getting both layers. Remember, this is a yard of fabric I'm using. Just 1 yard to make everything I need to make with it. I'm just going to straighten this side up real quick. All right, so I need 14 inches, 14 1/4 inches over. So 14 1/4 would be right at 8 3/4 inch line, right here. Remember, all these measurements are verbal. If you want to make what I am making. Okay. Now, so that's the inside. And that's 18 inches long. So we're going to cut the selvage off right here. And then come over 18 inches. So after I lose that seam, when I sew those together, what did I say? If that's 18 inches, I need 17 1/4. Yep. 17 1/4. Right there. So we're at the 5 3/4 inch line on the frame. I mean, on the frame, on the mat. All right, so that's off of that. That will be used with the handle. And now I have 2 pieces, and we're going to put pocket on each side. So here's my pockets.
Sandy's phone is cutting off. It says it's too hot.
So here's one. We're going to center this. Let's see how, if we can get this perfectly centered. I want it down and purse a little, about 4 inches. Yeah, that should be good. Right there. We're going to make sure that it says 4 1/2 that way. 4 1/2 that way. Look at that. I'm really good at that. And I'm going to stitch 3 sides. And we're going to do this the same exact way. 4 inches down. 4 1/2 one way and 4 1/2 the other way. So let's come over just like this. So I'm putting it pretty much center, because from the bottom, 1 2 3 4 5 inches up. So yeah, it's kind of whatever. They're going to be equal. And I'm going to sew 3 sides, leaving the side that's 4 inches from the top down. I'm going to leave that side open. And that's not level. That's level. I'm going to leave that part open. So I'm going to back tack right here, sewing on pretty much a previous sewing line. Back tack really good so that it holds this pocket down in here. I'm going to back tack at the bottom. Then I'm going to come from this side and back tack. Sewing on my previous stitch line. Back tack. And this thread really matches. Matches really good. And again, this side. back tacking at the top. So I have an opening. There's one pocket and it's lined, so my stitching won't come apart. So that's my 4-inch top. We're going to do the same with this one, leaving it right where it was. Looks like that one shifted. Four. There we go. Shifted slightly, very, very slightly. Haha. Oh, not the top. Sewing the sides. Duh. And sewing the bottom. And I'm really back stitching. I don't want my little pocket to fall out or fall off or come apart. Okay, so here's pocket number 2. See? So it's a pocket and it has a line, so you can't see it. It's stitched 3 sides. All right, now we're going to put these right sides together. The 4-inch part is on the top. And we are going to we're going to leave an opening down here at the bottom. Okay. So the 4-inch, the 4-inch down pocket is up here at the top. That is going to be the top. So I'm going to sew from the top all the way down to about right here, back stitch, leave a hand opening, start on this opposite side. So through this corner and up to the top. And I also am going to back tack at the tops and where my hand opening is going to be. So right sides together. So your pockets are going to line up. And I'm going to sew about a quarter, a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch seam. So instead of a scant 1/4 inch, it's going to be a more 1/4 inch. Just because I want it to fit inside that first really nicely. So I have the right sides together. You can pin these to hold them together, but mine seem to be laying together really nicely. Turn it, pivot. I'm giving a little bit of a back stitch at my pivot, although it's not going to be needed because I'm going to be squaring those corners. So I'm going to leave a hand opening right here. Flip thread. Got my hand opening about right there. Back stitch. Temporarily back stitch right there. Okay. Make sure everything's lined up. Okay, so here's my lining on the inside. But what I'm going to do, I think I remember how this is done, is you separate, you fold it like this. So when you're holding it flat like this, bring the stitch on top of your hand, folding the bottom stitch onto the side stitch like this, creating a V. Like so, and I want it to lay on top of each other really nicely. And I'm going to mark with a line. I think I have some chalk in here. And I'm going to come in. I got to remember this number because this is the same I have to cut the bag. So I'm going to come down where the tip right here is. From the top tip that I'm creating, I'm going to come down 2.5 inches. Yeah, 2.5 inches. So I'm going to line that tip on this little 2.5 inch mark right there. Keep it nice. My mark is like totally not there anymore. All right, so I'm going to come down and I'm going to take my thingy and draw on it. And we're doing this wrong sides together, right? It needs to be wrong sides together. Yes. wrong sides together. So I'm going to do this one first, and I'm going to sew on this line that I just drawn. I'm not going to shift or move anything. I'm just going to sew on the line. Stop me if I'm doing it wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right, though. So I'm going to back tack, sewing on the line, back tack. Yes, okay. Now that that one's done, I'm not going to cut it off yet because I want to make sure that it lays right. I'm going to come to this other side. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to pinch it where the side seam and the bottom seam are lining up. Bring it down here, creating my little tip point. Everything seems to be level and situated. And I'm going to come from the tip down 2.5 inches. So there's my 2, there's the half. And I'm going to draw a line. Probably better to do it this way. 2, 1, 2, and there's the half. Touching the point of my fabric at the 2.5 line. Drawing with my chalk pencil thingy. You can throw a pin at it if you want, but I'm just going to hold it and not shift or adjust anything. And then I'm going to sew on the line, back stitching at the front and the other side. All right, so that should have created, once those are cut off, a nice square flat bottom, and it's done inside out. So when I flip it right sides together, like so, that side,
That one, this one will be way too big. It's double that.
that's going to be on the inside. That's going to be the pocket. Yep, that's correct. Absolutely correct, Tiffany. Look at that. Now I'm going to chop it off. I did it right. So I'm just going to cut like a little bit more than 1/4 inch away. Bye-bye piece. If I did you wrong, I'm sorry. Just remember that 2.5 inch number because that's the number I'm going to use when I put the top piece together. Okay. So now my lining stands like that. Look at that. And it has pockets in it. Now we need to construct the top. Okay. So now here's my 2 pieces. I'm going to trim away all this excess because it's not needed. So I'm just going to line my cutter up, trim all the way around. Nice and straight. Again, this bag is 15 by 18. And it's probably a little on the crooked side, but it's okay because I'm sewing it together, so it doesn't really matter. And yes, I'm throwing my disaster on the floor. Oh, I know I need to stop doing that. Nice and straight. It's kind of like stretchy right now. Definitely really stretchy. All right. One more trim. And now I'm going to put these 2 pieces, and this is the part I better not mess up. Let me tell you. Everything's nice. And well, it's not perfect. I want this on that side. We're going to put this right sides together. Right sides together. And now I'm going to sew like a little bit more than 1/4 inch, but not really 1/4 inch. So just a little bit more. Down one side, along the bottom, and up the other side. There's no need to leave an opening in this side because this is the outside of the bag. So let's sew all the way around. Hold on, I'm thinking about this whole top thing for a second. I need to put a stitch right here along the top on both these at the top of the bag. like a securing stitch momentarily. Just run this one through. That will be the top. Yeah, okay. Okay, and they're still hooked together. So now I can just put them right sides together. My fabric is lined up, so both sides of the bag, the top and the bottom, or I mean the two sides, they're going to be equal on each side, you know? It's going to be the same thing. Now I'm going to sew down the sides and along the bottom. And then we're going to repeat that little side procedure. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch. Hooking both of these together. Keeping those ends lined up. My bag is very thick. Very, very thick. And even though I don't need to, I'm back stitching at the bottom. That's going to get cut off, but I want it to hold nicely for now. Everything's nice and lined up. And all these puckers, the cool thing about this is these are not even an inside lining. These are now just inside the inside lining. So these puckers will never be seen. It's going to be such a cute purse or bag. Is a purse or a bag? A bag is something that does not have a closure, but it has handles. A purse has a closure, but this has pockets in it too. So I don't know what to consider it really. All right. And before I do anything with this, I'm going to make sure my lining is very tiny. Very tiny. Hold on a second. Let's see. Once I get rid of these ends, we're going to look at this real quick. We're going to pretend I'm getting rid of the ends real quick by putting a pin in here. Hold it. I should have cut this out and then said, hey, this is what it'll be. But it's an improv project, so I'm going to put this pin in about 2.5 inches in, pretending that this is not here. I'm going to do it again on this side as well. Pinching that together. Little pin in and pretend. I can't see the comments. Maybe I can. Don't forget to do your handles before you connect the lining. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for the reminder, or else I'd have been sewing it together going, wait a second, I'm doing something wrong. All right, so we're going to pretend that those are gone. I'm going to throw this in here. We're just pretending right now. Not even going right sides together. I'm just making sure that
these days we'll find a pin stage here. Actually,
fits. Okay, so the lining fits, but it's not as tall as the rest of the unit. So I need to take off about, hold on, let's make sure real quick. Almost 2 inches. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and cut this anyway, or sew it and then cut it. So we're going to come down instead of 2.5, 2 3/4 inches so that it sits really nice because this is so thick. So it's lying right side. The right sides are still together. I'm going to come down 2 3/4 inches from my little point, and I totally cannot see if I draw a line. I need a pen. Make sure it's nice and straight. And put a couple little dash marks because it's not going to matter. It's on the inside. I'm lining my 45-degree line up, by the way, with it so that I have a nice straight line. Like I have this V right here on my ruler from my 45-degree lines. Oh, there we go. Now it's marking. Okay, so there's one. Again, I'm going to do this one. This one shouldn't get really messed up once it's drawn on the line. Here, right there, 1, 2, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to draw this side line. And I'm going to sew on that line on both of these. Making sure my seams are opposing because this is so thick. Just for my personal bag, obviously. Back stitch. So on my line. On to the other side. Keep it nice and folded. My seams are opposite. Back stitch.
I don't know where the Penn State one is, but
All right. So this will be, I'm just going to turn it real quick. I still have to trim the top off. Or maybe not. We'll see in a second. So it's sitting nice and flat. And my lining will be in here. I'm going to see now that that's all gone, how well this lines up.
what do you actually need then?
Now it's only about an inch down. Look at that. Even better. Okay. So let's trim those off. All right. I'm going to trim this off now. Don't need that. Trim this off. And then we're going to make the handles. Okay. So now the lining and the purse part is done so far. Now let's use this scrap because it's already pieced together. And this is the length I want my handle, but I'm going to do two-sided handles. So we're going to use this as well. And we're also going to use some batting. So what I'm going to do is see how long this is again. This was 18 inches, right? 18 inches. And that's a nice straight line. So we're going to come over. How thick is a handle? How wide is this? 6. So we can come over 2.5 inches. Be a nice thick handle, and I don't even have to use this. Look at that. 2.5 inch. And cut a second 2.5 inch. 2.5 inches. Stays nice and straight. We're gonna have to press this, make it nice. Okay. Splitters for my handles. I'm gonna press it like I did the last time. Yes. Press half of it in like this, and then the other half will have a little piece that's going to fold over onto it, and then I'll stitch it down. So they're going to be thin handles for a thick bag, or I can just
You can have this one pair that I never wore.
sew it like this and pull it through. That actually sounds better. It sounds way better. I know what I'm going to do. The length of the handles first. Test the length. That should be good. I think so. So 18 inches. I'm going to grab some batting real quick. And I'm going to make them thick handles by cutting off some batting that's exactly this size. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to figure this out right now real quick.
Here,
Nice
keep
and
them on.
straight by cutting That's 2.5. This needs to be 1 1/4. 1 1/4 of batting just to put in my 2.5 inch. Okay. So, want this in here. Stretch it out just a little. That's not long enough. I need another piece. It's going to get pieced. And I'm going to fold it around it. I don't know how thick I want them. If I want it just in half or not. Thinking in half. Yes, in half. With all these leftover pieces. There we go. This one's bigger. There's one for this bag handle. One for that bag handle. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Fold and sew like I've done before. So I'm going to fold this over like that. About 1/4 inch on both of these. I'm going to iron it, put my little thingy in, and then fold the other side over it. So you'll see right now. Just watch. Use lining and make a tube. Yeah, but then I won't be able to pull it through. Hi, Tiffany, everyone. What are you making tonight? I am making a patchwork quilted. There's the purse, and then here's the lining with the 2 pockets, patchwork pockets. This is how I made the last bag, guys. So I'm just kind of like going by that. So I'm going to push this down. That way I don't have to flip or turn anything. I just top stitch the whole thing. So I'm turning it 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this one 1/4 inch. So each one of these will be a handle. And I'm going to flip over the other side, and you'll see I'll put the batting in it and then roll it over itself and sew it. I don't know why. It's what I did last time, and I think it looked okay. So, and it held really good. There's probably other ways to do this, but I'm just doing this. I still have to chop a little bit off the top of that bag. Okay, those 2 are done. Now the 2 on this one. I just have 1 left to turn. You'll see what I'm doing. Give me 2 seconds. Probably seems like a little bit extra work, but I'm having fun with it, so that's all that matters. And I can actually say I made something other than a panel bag that was already pre-printed. All right, so I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I folded these up 1/4 inch, right? I'm going to take my batting, put it in under that first folded 1/4 inch, under one side of it, on both of these, like that. Put my little leftover in there, just like that. And then I'm going to take the piece and fold it on top. And then top stitch it. Okay? So, again, taking the batting in. This way I don't have to flip anything like a tube or anything like that. Pretty sure that's probably how it's done. I think I saw it on the Midnight Quilt show or something a long time ago. So again, I'm sticking the batting into the one edge. And I'm going to take this folded 1/4 inch edge onto the other one, and then I'm going to stitch. So I'm going to bring it up here. Be nice if I pulled off any yuck. To make a handle, iron in half, then fold ends into the middle so that the raw edges are inside, then top stitch down. All right, so now I'm going to stitch the top of this, just like so, holding them together. And I'm stitching about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, like literally on the edge of my sewing foot. trying to keep it from rolling. Sewing very nice. Very, very nicely. All the way down. So here is one, and I'm going to press it real quick and then put another stitch. Then now you can see it. I have to press it or it'll lay flat once I press it. All right, sew this one now. Rolling this over, keeping my little extra piece of batting that I needed, a little extra piece. Fold this over onto that lip. And just fold all the way down and sew. So it may not be the best or practical way, but I'm at least doing it. And I think I saw, oh, good night, Linda. I will post finished pictures of this in the group. And on Instagram and wherever else, you know. In any link below, you'll be able to find it somehow, some way. And I think I'm running out of bobbin. Sounds like it. I'm just lining all these seams up. They're laying on top of each other, which is okay. It's no big deal for all these seams to be right on top of each other. As long as they match up. It's a pretty thick seam to sew over, but it's okay. It's working. It's nice. All right, so there's number 2. Let me press these. I'll be right back because this will take 2 seconds.
Well, I got one of those gray gym shorts.
There's one.
I got 4 or 5 pairs.
And there's 2. And just because for decorative purposes only, I'm going to put a second stitch, which is the opposite side, you know, like I'm going to stitch on the other side, about 1/8 of an inch away. Although I kind of like it just on one side. I want it to be durable. Maybe I should just sew over the whole stitch one more time. Seems nice. Kind of like it like that. I think I'm just going to sew over that same one so nothing falls apart. Put like a second stitch right next to it, literally. Make it look like a double stitch. And it's already stitched down, so I don't have to hold anything. Just need to hold that. Just slide this one through. I like that. I like it. It kind of looks like rounded in a way. All right, so I kept them put together, made it easier. And my little snippers. I'm straighten these, just cutting off the thing. I like it because they're wanting to curve anyway, so that's good. I like that. Trim this one, not even using the ruler. They're going to be the same size. Just cutting that excess off. Okay. Now I have 2 straps, and I want them to go opposite of each other. I think that's even better. All right. Now, what did I say? I needed to trim this down like 1 inch, huh? I need to trim 1 inch off the top of this bag real quick, guys. So technically the bag would now have been 15 by 17. And I'm just going to lay it right here. Straighten it. Line it up on a line and cut off an inch. I know it seems weird, but I don't want it to be completely off. So I'm literally just cutting barely any off. But I want it to match up nicely. There we go. So I kind of wasted a little, but again, improv. All right, now this goes right side out, like so. And then handles, we'll put them where they need to go real quick. So I want my handle to be like this. And I know exactly where to put them because they are going to land on a seam. I'm going to place a pin in here, like this. I want that facing that way. So I'm going to put a pin in it. And then I'll put this handle on this seam right here in the middle of that stitching. Place a pin in it. Go the other side. Same exact thing. So the lines on my little purse are kind of creating its own little holding for where it's supposed to sit. Line that up there. Put a pin in it. Line it up right here. Put a pin in. I'm putting my stitching facing inward too. Talk to you later. Okay. So now that the handles are there, let's sew those on real quick. And I'm going to back stitch a lot. Pull my pin out. Okay, so that one's back stitched on a bazillion times. Now this one is going to get back stitched on a bazillion times. It's going to get stitched again anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Because I got to stitch the lining to it. Okay, so now this one goes on. And last one. This is going to be an adorable purse. I'm so glad I decided to randomly make a purse today. Holy shoot.
He's got other pairs of good fine. This is the only one that doesn't.
Ran out of bobbin. Alright. Now let's do the lining and then pop the purse through and I shall be done. Look at that. It's only taking me a while. Alright. So now I'm going to leave this right side out because I remember doing that last time. And I'm going to take the lining and put that right sides are in facing each other. So right side out on the purse, like as if you were looking at a purse. And then the lining is now going to go right sides are facing the inside like they are going to once they go in the purse. And I'm going to put the purse inside the lining. And remember, the lining, ooh, look at that, matched up perfect. And I was just guessing. The lining has the opening. So once you flip this through, putting this reverse, it's going to put those pockets on the inside. So now I'm just going to find these two side seams. So right here, and then again on this side, and I'm going to put a pin to hold it. So my purse form again, what did I say it was? Instead of 18, it's now 17 because I just cut an inch off after doing the stitching. So technically I still, put an inch off. Oh, make sure your handles are down in it too. They don't get flipped out as long as the handles are down in it. So I'm gonna match these two seams right here. I'll throw myself a pin in there. And I'm just going to start at that side seam and make it to the other side seam. I don't really care to pin the rest of the way. Everything is lining up. So unfortunately, I don't really want to take my tray off. I had a big dust mess last time, so I'm just going to sew all the way around, lining them up as I go. As long as I start right here at this piece, I'm going to put my thing down, make sure my seam stays nicely to the side, pull my pin out. I'm going to back stitch right here. And every time I get to a handle, I'm going to also back stitch. So those handles are going to be super duper duper super duper held down as tight as possible. Okay, so here we go. So I'm coming up to a handle and I'm going to back and forth stitch like 5 times. So 1, 2, 3 is good enough. All right. And then I'm going to come down to the next one, and I'm sewing about, like, this whole entire project is a little bit more than a 1/4 inch, but not a 1/2 inch, So it's 3/8. Yeah, 3/8 of an inch. Making sure that those handles stay inside. If you really, think that they're going to move, then adjust as you go, but mine aren't really moving, so that's good. One, 2, 3. And I'm going to move this pin because I don't need it, and I lined right up to that other end, so it came out perfect at my seam. Just got to make sure that the seam stays facing down. And I'm going to go over that seam 3 times as well. And I'm stitching all the way around. So I'm going to come up to another handle in a second. Trying to keep everything nicely lined. Back stitch 3 times. And it's probably best if you didn't have the tray, but I'm making it work with it. So coming to another handle, making sure everything's nice and flat and flush. 1, 2, 3, and coming to my last and final end. Back stitch, cut thread, and the moment of truth. We are going to put my hand in this hole, and this is why I back stitched. I'm going to pull. Oh, I'm just really going to go in there. Bunch it up. Put my hand in the hole and pull the purse out. Comes the handle. There comes another handle. Now I'm going to turn that lining. And to make sure everything is legit, it's going to look funky for a second. I'm going to push the lining down in here before I do anything else to make sure. So my lining is now down in there. Everything's sitting. Oh, wow. And I didn't even use real measurements, guys. This is sitting super duper flush. Look at that. So now now that I know it's correct, everything is correct, I'm going to pull that back out real quick. I'm going to take it over to the iron real fast and just push down this seam because I'm going to top stitch this. You can hand stitch this, but I never hand stitch, and you guys know that. So I'm just going to take nicely, fold this over, and press it real quick, and then top stitch. So hold on 2 seconds. Here, I'll let you see me closing that real quick then. So I'm just holding this seam. I created a seam. I'm just going to put the iron down on it, run it across from one side to the other, flip the bag, run the seam from one side to the other. So now I'm just going to press real quick this whole thing, and then I'm going to top stitch from one side to the other. Like, seriously. I don't know. For some reason, it's clean look to me, and it's not just that one little itty bitty stitch, you know, in that little area. It's the inside of the purse, so it doesn't matter, but I'm going to go over that whole thing. I'm pressing from both sides just to make sure that it's nice and lined up. Now I'm going to seal this purse. So let's turn the camera. And I'm going to come right here to this top of this seam right here and just put a little back stitch right here on this edge. And I'm going to sew the whole edge of this all the way. Nice and clean stitch all the way across. Move just a little. And I think it looks cleaner this way. At least for me. Come right to this edge, little tiny back stitch, and now my seam is gone, sealed, nice and closed, no more opening. I'm going to push this in here, and the last step is I'm going to take it to the iron, and I'm going to push my lining in. So I'm going to push it in all the way around this whole edge, and then I'm going to top stitch around this whole entire edge to clean it up. So give me a second. We're going to press it over at the iron to push it in. So I'm just going to push my, and look, remember I have pockets in here too. So I'll show all of that to you guys in just a second. So this is considered a handbag because it's handbag handles. If I wanted to, I could have put a strap from one side to the other, or I can put like another kind of strap. I've had lots of purses in my day, so I love purses. I was obsessed. I used to change my purse every single week, and then I stopped doing it, and I got rid of all my purses. So I'm just pushing this down in nice and flush with this edge so that my lining is in there, and I'll see the quilted top outer part of the purse more, like literally it's nicely in there, and I'll show you what I mean by the edge of the purse more in a second. So that way the lining is more inside the purse than outside. I'm kind of just maneuvering the bag as I go. And it's a very thick bag, very, very thick by doing it the way I just did it. Because I didn't want to quilt I didn't want the poly batting to get stuck, if that makes any sense, in my feed dogs. All right, just this little side right here, get this down. Just putting a little bit of heat on it right at that edge. And I'm hoping that the camera will be able to show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. So what I'm saying is when I pressed it down, I want the lining to be inside the purse. So see right here, you can see the edge just a little bit of the outer part of the purse. I want to be able to see that all the way around. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to top stitch from the outside or the inside, it doesn't really matter, all the way around, but I'm not going to do it right on the edge. I'm actually going to do it about a 1/4 inch, a little bit past 1/8 of an inch, but almost a 1/4 of an inch. Just a nice stitch all the way around the whole thing. So, which will hold that lining in there really nicely. And I'm going to do it from the top, so that way I can push the lining under all the way around. Plus, it's a nice clean stitch. So I'm going to start right here at the outer side. And I'm going to, before I even sew, I'm going to make sure that lining is nice and flat in there. And I'm going to do that the whole way. So I'm pretty much lining my presser foot on the edge. But it's not really a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to carefully keep the lining pushed in as I sew the bag all the way. Nice straight stitch all the way around. Those are for a customer quilt. The Elsa quilt that I posted a video for. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was not yesterday, but the day before, I think I posted that video. Making sure everything is out of the way as I do this. Trying to keep my stitch symmetrical all the way around. Nice, clean look. It's pushed in. Everything is nice and under. My lining is pushed in. My bag handles are on the outside. I'm not doing an extra stitch where the handles are. There's no need for it at this point. They're already stitched in really, really, really well. And this bag is so adorable. I can't wait to start using it. Almost to where I started. And I'm going to snip that long thread off on the inside and the outside. Come right up to it. With a little tiny back stitch. And there we have it. So it has a stitch all the way around the top. My handles are like, I'm yanking them. They are on there. They are super on there. So here is my super cute bag that I could probably put one of those button, like a button or whatever on it, or like something, I don't know. I've never done anything like that, but I got a pocket right here on this side, and it's patchwork, so it matches the outside. And then a pocket here on this side as well, so I got pockets. So I could put my rotary cutter in it, and I could put some thread in it because I'm going to go somewhere and just use it for, you know, and it's holding it nicely in the pockets. The pockets are holding. So there's that. So there we have it. And you can close it however you want, or you can use it as a grocery bag. Put your shopping list inside the little pocket. Everything is staying. Everything matches up literally at the edge. So let's see if you can see. The lining will come out, but there's a way you can tack the lining down in there. I know there is, because some of my purses had that, like, it was like a little tack. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Just remember, I cut my lining stitch different than my other stitch. I don't know if that makes any sense. My lining side cutoffs to create this bottom, I cut a smaller size than I cut the bigger outside. That way it sits in there really, really flush, because I made my bag super thick. Yeah, button and loop. That's what it is. So yes. So I could wear it on my arm. Here we go. I can go out, wear it on my arm. Look at that. Fill it with stuff. Or I can just hold it down. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. Or you can hold it on your arm when you're shopping. Or going to the quilt store and filling it with all the special goodies that you just bought. So there we have it. My 2-hour bag as of right now. Check it out, guys. I'll take pictures and post those in the Facebook group. For those of you who are new to my channel, don't forget to join that group. As long as you're subscribed to my channel, you can join the Facebook group in the description below, as well as there's plenty of links to all of my social media, which I post pictures of most projects that I do on video and as well as off video, and so on and so forth. So here's today's improv bag. Look at those cute colors. So both sides line up in the same color. Look at that. There we have it. I appreciate you guys watching. Today's Sunday, the 6th of October. Woohoo! The year is almost over. And I really hope to see you guys make one of these too, since most of my measurements were improvised, but they're on here, so you can make it yourself. It's not that hard. I remembered it by memory. So there we have it. My little improv purse. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.